What's up with my friends in the good old land of YouTube? It's me, Chris, and my name isn't Chuck if you're the first time watcher of this channel, because the name of the channel will throw you off, but Chucktown is a nickname for Charleston, South Carolina, where I live, so that answers that question. Problem solved. Anyway, I wanted to get on and say all is well. I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic, actually. I am working on the van here. Some things we're going to do. A couple of things and everything, get it cleaned up. The van is this. In the last video, if you look in the description, I put the link to the RV Trader sale link. My van is for sale. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm leaving van or RV life, because I'm not. I'm actually going back to RV, but what? I don't know yet. I just want to get this van sold, and I'm looking and kind of doing my research. I still love the nomadic life. I love that. It's really cool. And in the meantime, I'll figure out what I want to do is for some sort of a home base in time. And I think we're good with that. A lot of people live full-time nomadically in RV life, and they love it. But I see some people kind of having somewhere to park it as a home base if they need to or want to, and that's cool too. It's all out of preference. There it is. So I've been doing some research because I had these cushions, as you see here, that were custom made for this bench here, and the company did a great job. It's a company called Cushion Source. There was another company I was going to go with. I think it was called CustomCushions.com, which was cool, but Cushion Source had the pair that I could custom for bench seating, which the other did not have when I looked at the options. So I thought I was looking at that one site all along. Apparently I was looking at two different sites, so I kind of figured out, hey, it's this other site. So, but it's CushionSource.com, I believe is it. This company out of Alabama. I think Montgomery, Alabama? Or maybe somewhere on the Gulf Coast? Not really sure. But anyway, so I've been looking up adhesives, the best adhesives for fabric adhesive. And there was one called E6000, then there's Aleene's Fabric Adhesive Ultra, which is cool, but can't find that anywhere. Now, I bought one at Walmart, but I just don't think this fabric fuse here is all that. It looked like Elmer's glue, but I'm sure it works. I used it for some Velcro up here for the curtain here, and it's holding okay. But Gorilla, I'm very impressed with the Gorilla Glue products, and I said that based on the van build here. I use Gorilla Glue spray adhesive. You can get it from Walmart for $5 a can. It's cheaper than the 3M stuff, and Walmart had it, and I used it to get the 3mm foam adhered to the skin of the van, and it worked quicker and better to me than the 3M. Now, don't get me wrong, the 3M stuff is very good. That 77 and 90 is really good, but what I found impressive about the Gorilla Glue stuff is it got tacky much quicker, and it adhered. Boom. Saved me a lot of time. It was where it took a lot longer for the 3M. And I had both. I figured one just worked as the other, so I was doing the 3M a little bit. I'm going, it just takes a while. I don't know why. So I tried the Gorilla, and I'm like, done. We're going to stay with the Gorilla. Cheaper, and it worked great, you know. Like I say, it's your choice. So I went to Lowe's. I was looking up fabric adhesive and just good bonds for Gorilla. And now, one of the recommendations for fabric adhesive is something called E6000. And if you looked on, it doesn't say it on the tube, but on the box it said works just like E6000. So it's the Gorilla Clear Grip Bonds, crystal clear. And this stuff, you know, works great if they compare it to E6000. You know the E6000 is good. So Gorilla's a good product. I'm impressed with it. I didn't think much about it or care until I built this van, and then I was a believer. That's for sure. So what I'm going to do is I've got to measure out. I got the Velcro. Now, I couldn't find the non-sticky, but the way this stuff works, it is sticky. Industrial is supposed to hold 10 pounds, and I know you're thinking, damn, for 2 cushions, you got a lot of Velcro. I got 15 feet, but I needed it. Because if you think you've got 3 20-inch rolls is 60 inches. Well, 60 inches is, what, 5 feet? So there's 12, 15 feet. I only needed 10 or 12 feet, so the top and bottom cushion. So I'm doing 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3. Now, I did this because of my Winnebago and in RVs, some of the cushions that have a little bit heavier and a solid back had Velcro adhered to the bench. which is the benefit here. These are not as heavy as those RV cushions. Those RV cushions are like boat cushions. They're a bit heavier. I think it's more of a solid board or some sort of wood or backing on that makes them heavier. This is more of, it's all cushioned straight to go. They're going to hold to the bench better. So I'm going to have to get them on here and let them cure for a couple of days, that sort of thing, and go with that. And I think that will be much efficient here. So my take on adhesives for your van build, I think your Gorilla spray adhesive and this stuff is fantastic. You can't go wrong with it. Now, you use what you want. 3M, you can't go wrong with 3M products. People like to call them industry standard, but that doesn't mean they're the best that works for you. Different things work well for different people. What works great for me may not work for you, and that's okay. It doesn't mean one is better than the other. I just know that these Gorilla products seem to work very well. I'm impressed with it. Made me more of a believer than I ever have on that deal. And that goes with really with anything you do in life. Like, I'm a musician, I record music for film and television, and people argue about what the best recording software, what we call DAWs, digital audio workstations. Oh, Pro Tools is the best, or this is the best, Logic Pro, all that stuff. It's not about the DAW, it's about you and what works best for you. There's a lot of DAWs that rival, and doesn't put one the industry standard anymore. They're all great, they're all professional, so, which is nothing to do with glue, by the way. So anyway, I'm going to get busy on this, and I will kind of report after I get done and hope I get this done right, because I'm nervous, but I'm not, because on these cushions, I've got a one-shot deal on this deal. When I put the glue on that Velcro, put it on that cushion, it's a one-shot deal. Kind of make a mess on the back if I don't get it right. So I think that I will, and I think it'll be fine. I think it's going to be fantastic. Just going to have to be patient. This stuff here, you just can't get gung-ho with right off the bat. Adhesives have to cure, just like anything you do. Let it cure, so it'll be fine. But I'll keep you guys posted on that here when I get this done. Well, I've got the one side glued to the cushions. What I'll do is I'll get the cover for the sticky stuff off of there and get the adhesive on there, and then I will flip it over and just gently lay it down evenly on the bench and get the bottom. The back might be a little tougher because I'm going to have to measure, because the cushion goes over the top of the back. And as I said before, that yellowing on there is just, I put a polyurethane clear coat on it, and you know me, not being the painter, I didn't realize it's going to yellow if it's over white paint, but oh well, it's all good. But we'll see how this works. Hopefully this will work well for us. As you can see, I've got the adhesive glue on that sticky back. You gotta wait, like most Gorilla Glue products, as it says, and this one's no different. Wait 2 minutes to let it get tacky, and just gently flip the cushion. We'll just set it down and let it adhere. It's gonna take 24 hours at least to cure, so these cushions aren't gonna be going anywhere for that. So that's a cool thing about it. Well, it looks as if I can't talk. Looks as if these things are adhered, and I'm going to let them cure for a few days. They've got to sit. I don't really want to pull them off. I'm just kind of making sure everything's pushed into place here. That Gorilla adhesive, like I said earlier, you got to let it tack for about 2 minutes or so and just get it set into place. That's where it's most successful. And these Gorilla Glue products are really cool. So I think it's cool, and I think the bench seat looks really good, man. It really does. It's going to be great. So whoever buys this thing is maybe a little high off the floor, but that's okay. It's still somewhere to sit, which is kind of cool. And you can put a lagoon mount table on this thing. I think it'd be fantastic. So, but I've had the exhaust fan running a while, bringing the battery down a little bit. I haven't done that in a while, and I'm going to get my lithium charger hooked up and we'll see. This thing's will put a rapid charge on the battery and let that thing run a little bit and see what it'll do. I think it'd be cool. But anyway, I'm hopping off. I appreciate you guys for watching. All is well. And I'll keep you guys posted on the status of this, of the sale. We'll get some interest here. I've got a few things left to do on the van. And then it's off to, it's going to be RV shopping, because that's what we're going to be doing. That's what I want to do. Get back to that, and we'll take it from there. I got a lot of choices of what I want to do, so been thinking a lot about, a small car to pull on it. If I get the one I want to get or something to grade of, I'll be able to pull a small car of a couple thousand pounds, a few thousand, but we'll see on that deal. And it's kind of, that can be risky too, but I'll have a small car and get around anywhere I go too. That's the cool thing about it. Anyway, I'm off. I thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.